Though this film has elements to its plot construction that feel on a first glance familiar to other types of fare within the cinema world, and I'm thinking more so of well-established projects and bigger commercial releases, there's a heart to it that I found in sentiment is relatable to a lot of other independent film material, which is the reason I've gravitated to this film space so much over the last couple of years. And plus, I like giving recognition to any type of entertainment venture I feel led to doing. And I think it's fair that on this channel, while I prioritize a lot of attention on what's available in the more commercially viable spaces in terms of big studio releases and productions, that I do the same for smaller fare as well. And I've been very impressed by some of the stuff I've seen, again, from lesser known, but maybe equally prominent talents within smaller landscapes. And that's something that, again, I've often found very active within the indie world. And there's plenty of indie films I've covered on this channel at this point that I've been very impressed by, and I've hoped to offer the same love and seeming reverence, or at least a belief of reverence that could be developed with you as well through films that you might not be as exposed to. Toxic Impulses, again, it has an energy to it that I really like, even if, again, you read the synopsis for this, and it might come off as a bit familiar. I mean, I'm sure for many of you this is going to be a first impression with the movie. I only heard about it as of today. And the film, as I understand, was released very recently, although IMDb does not list any watch options other than the June 19th release date as of this year. But if you want to watch it in the next coming couple of months, it's going to be debuting in the Indie Writes Movies for Free YouTube channel. I find a lot of indie fare through them, and they carry some pretty good stuff. It's debuting as of next year on July 1st at 9:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so this is a couple months in advance of when the film will be debuting. But if you want to watch Toxic Impulses for yourself, we're going to watch a trailer in a minute, but if you feel led to doing so, it will be available on YouTube in the, 8 months will go by pretty quickly, in the distant future, seemingly for now. But if you need a bit of an understanding on the plot, again, because I'm assuming most of you are going to be unfamiliar with this is what the channel I just mentioned professes for the film's background. Because I couldn't find much information on IMDb other than a cast list and some people involved with the production. This is what you can expect on a plot construction. An ex-police detective tries to help a bank robber take down her handler. I find that type of energy of a story very unique. I mean, it's a redemption story. We've all seen those types of narratives in other forms. But to position this like somebody, again, who's familiarized with the process of bank robbery, I'm assuming they've had experience in confronting situations like this in the past, but putting them in the position where they're working with a bank robber to go after a larger threat, I like that idea, right? I mean, maybe it's a redemption story for both sides. I mean, I could maybe see an ex-police detective, somebody who maybe had a situation go south, or maybe they're retirement and maybe they're well off in their career history, but they're putting themselves in a position where they could help somebody that is in a dire situation, right, and to go after a larger threat. See, I like the energy of this story quite a bit. The poster's certainly, I would say, competent. Again, it's a smaller piece of film fare from what I'm familiar with, and I've not really covered anything that I'm aware of at this point from major films. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. Like I said, smaller hits possible, but you might oftentimes hear about these types of projects. Again, the indie fare, some projects get more recognition than others, especially in the award space. There's probably many projects as well that go unnoticed. But you never know what you find. I try and have that lens here on this channel as well, that perhaps, again, you might find talent within smaller spaces. I believe smaller projects deserve that same level of acknowledgement. I try to provide that whenever possible. So let's do that for Toxic Impulses to give you, as well as myself, a first introduction.
What seems to be the problem?
Okay, you got some awards treatment already, so maybe there's a little more notoriety here.
Would be to go to the police.
No, that's the point. I can't go to the police.
Maybe some political corruption? I could see that being another part of the story.
You're in something dangerous. I just don't think you should trust her.
So she has a sister. She did. Her sister died sometime last week.
He outsmarted you. He outsmarted the police. You're gonna kill him. Use poison. 1,000 milligrams.
I need more money.
You ever thought about just robbing a bank? That's what I do. You walk up to the window, you slide a note across to the teller that says you have a gun,
It's competently filmed.
You think this guy behind us is tailing me?
I mean, at some parts you can still see that it's, if you're familiar with indie fare, it is
I'm trying to figure out this
slightly smaller in its scope, but I like the way they're presenting this.
She hasn't been feeling well. I think she's sick.
Do you know what situation you're putting me in right now?
Get out of the car! Don't make me ask you again. Where is she?
You're not gonna turn me in, are you?
I mean, it has to have some competence, again, to get that awards affiliation. And which one specifically did it note? Let me see. Official selection for the Marina del Rey Film Festival of 2022 and the Silver State Film Festival. I have not heard of either of those tracks. But there's your recognition. So some people obviously are familiar. I wonder if it's what they mean on IMDb when they say the release date. Sometimes you click on that window and you'll find a listing of where certain films have debuted on different award circuits worldwide, really. Maybe that's what they mean. But the film will be officially making audiences presence in July as of next year. If you want to watch it again through Indie Rights Movies for Free YouTube channel, they will be carrying that video there. It's filmed really competently. I mean, again, there's elements to it that you watch it and you feel like I've seen this before in other types of cinema, so it feels like a bit of a familiar plot construction. The redemption theme, that's also been utilized many times. But I mean, it's a good story. It seems engaging. The cast also seems to be doing a pretty good job. The energy, at least from the actors, especially on the planning or in the midst of the bank robbery side, that attracted me. They came across like, very realistic characters. I think it's a good construction. And even in the starting stages of how the trailer was filmed, I'm impressed. Right? The atmosphere feels good. I did say, sometimes you can find certain elements here within the indie market where you're like, okay, clearly this film has a bit of a lower budget and it's independent talents perhaps trying their hand at it. Sometimes you see the nice, and this can differ. You can see larger cinema fair that also utilizes this technique. But I mean, it is kind of distinctive from what I've seen in the indie market. Shaky camera, less static, stationary shoots. Like the driving shot specifically, some of the bank shots. Some of the actor shots as well. But I mean, again, like I said, it's coming across to me like a competent picture. And one that I feel will be engaging upon release. So if you want to watch Toxic Impulses, I mean, it's going to be pretty available soon, I think, for all of us to watch. I'm certainly going to give it a try. It looks good. And I'd like to see, again, in what spaces this got an official selection. Like, for what specific criteria, right? Is it the actors? Is it the cinematography? Is it the film script? I could see it really going anyway. More so, I would say, based on script and acting. That's where I could maybe see it floating, although I don't know for sure. We'll be able to best judge that with the film's full realization. But I think it looks good. It certainly looks like an entertaining watch and one that I'd be easily interested in checking out, when it debuts. What are your guys' thoughts, though? I mean, again, like I said, I love giving smaller fare recognition on this channel in whatever types of artistic spaces, because I cover more than just film as well. But I try to do this for the indie market, right? Because I've found oftentimes there's a lot of indie fare and smaller film fare that I've quite enjoyed, and maybe they are lesser known releases. You just have to know where to look, and I try to offer that same provision to other cinema fans like myself who are looking for entertainment perhaps that is more discreet in its presence. Let me know what your thoughts are down below on this movie, for at least, again, a trailer perspective, but I will definitely be checking it out on Indie Rights Movie for Free, most likely. So when they carry the movie as of next year, in the next couple of months, so it's under a year's period, I'll give it a try, and I'll see what I think. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.